Okay. I guess we're gonna start without the other guys for at least for now.
Okay. I'm gonna get my earbuds just a sec.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you can hear the music from my microphone, but I'm like, I should maybe try to help that not happen. Where is my left one? Left side. Here we go.
What? I didn't mean to do.
Okay, so are you reading for Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes.
Or I can do him.
It doesn't matter. you get to be Ameth for a day.
Okay, sure. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. You should do the Russian chick. I mean, the Russian man. So, the devious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches my... Oh, God.
Sorry about that.
Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand? We ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter.
No.
Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article. It would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. You cannot fail to observe the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. Ah, the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. But I've heard of you myself, you understand. Now, as for my second conclusion... You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to lead their eyes astray, you see. Let their eyes stray.
Oh!
And I assure you the eyes speak much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
Could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. Young lady, perhaps. Once light enough to fit therein.
Ooh.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you.
Good boy.
I think it basically means glance. Once again, we find only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refused to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. But there is another most stimulating article. Turn from the fleeting revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. The crime is that of abduction. According to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky.
Elemensky?
Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Well, stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. That did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Could you come over here a moment?
Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on.
Well, to start with, there's this newspaper article. I think we both had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing alike!
Yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do.
That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? And you don't know? know the young lady is 15?
No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
Such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
That is a bunch of words.
Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
Ugh. This whole thing is just turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little? Maybe a little off itself, Miss Susato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions. Precisely the thought that is going through my own mind.
This man is a lot of work.
At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me.
It's not that funny.
And you, my good fellow.
Sorry?
A moment to look at your wrists.
My wrists?
Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did...
I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction.
Leave it.
Sholmes, you're a marvel.
Hey, Blackjack.
Somebody's here. Oh, hello.
I guess you're going to be the Russian man.
Yes, I heard. I heard I am voicing, very, interesting character.
Yes.
Don't worry. I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
I'm not worried.
Very good, very good.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this, if you don't mind.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Tutorial!
I just skip over the parts he already did.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to do that, yeah.
The mama said blah 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 blah. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could he possibly want with such an implement? And so, of course, he's staring us right in the face. Why am I doing this?
I don't know, you just wanted to
You're
do
on
it.
the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport.
There you go. Hi, Arkham.
Yep.
Okay, so I am confused now.
Really use shears like that to
Who's
cut off
gonna
a
do
beard?
the Russian man now? Okay. Well, I guess, Blackjack, you're going to do the spoiler after the Russian man. Just
Is that anything like the Running Man? I used to do that a lot in the 90s.
maybe, I don't know. Alright. Russian man,
But
Arkham.
yes, I was told about this role in advance.
Yeah.
I hope Russian accent is up to snuff.
Yeah.
I watched Life
Really
before
use shears like that
about
to
it.
cut off a beard?
Alright. I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
If I can just interject, though, it sounds like someone has a television on in the background.
It's
I think that's Arkham.
Hello?
Let's try to switch a key word here, Mr. Naruhodo-san, and see if it... Naruhodo-san! And see if it helps matters.
Welcome, Trav. I guess our
Hi.
Sherlock is in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was doing Sherlock for a bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh, I thought you were taking over, though.
Oh, no, I am. Just like on the VOD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If you do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deductions better,
Then what?
I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one who has to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's something we could even... Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around that last sentence.
That one.
What exactly was the Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Okay. Where did that come from? What the? What's this?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
No. The color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair?
Oh, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Something's definitely not right here.
His custom cape, I assure you.
What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Well, wait.
That's some
What?
funky hair you got going on there, Roylott.
Oh, wait. I can present it. Yes! You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intended to expose. Such lush, golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
I guess you're both playing it at the same time. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair,
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no. Got an echo in here.
this works out perfectly.
You know,
Go ahead.
seriously, who's voicing this character?
Okay. You are spoiler. You will find out. Arkham is Roylott.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I was told I was voicing a Russian who was disguising their identity, so...
Yeah, but, you know, Arkham's in here.
Yeah.
And he's-
For the
It's when
sake
the
of the bit.
disguise
All right,
comes
all right.
off.
For the
Yeah.
sake of the bit, this is what we're doing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you guys really want to do a dual voice at the same time.
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Because I'm totally for it. But okay, go for it, Arkham.
If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter.
Exclamation.
I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business, not strictly cover.
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all right now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather, she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
Deep cover.
Suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Okay. Whatever is the thing.
Yes!
I did it wrong. I did it wrong.
Quite concentrating.
Have you examined the paper?
You've identified exactly what I did originally.
Don't look at me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So I have. Sorry.
Mr. Naruhodo.
I feel like I've done this mistake before. I don't know why. Okay.
But you won't make a great detective like that. Nor even a great detective's assistant.
An assistant's assistant, then. Alright. I'll think again. Okay.
May I suggest to you, Naruhodo-san?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perhaps you want to take a look at the evidence again.
Yes, of course. Look at the evidence. Yes, got it. You got
No, he isn't even a mister. Under that disguise, he's actually a woman.
I do feel we have evidence somewhere that might reveal who she is. Where? I have no
Let's
idea.
have another look through all the evidence we've gathered so far and see if we can find it.
Right.
You're right. Don't
Now,
worry, bestie.
Naruhodo-san,
Uh-huh.
you'll want to examine it.
Right. Examine. I would
And
have...
turn the paper around.
Oh, what? Hold on. Okay.
Use the right stick to rotate. Oh, you're using the keyboard, right?
Yes, quite.
Oh dear. Maybe try your...
Dragging there. Yes.
There you go, Naruhodo-san.
Did you see that, Miss Susato-san? I actually turned
done
the
it, Naruhodo-san.
thing on.
For the accomplishment of turning over the paper.
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
I turned the paper over, Miss Susato-san.
He looks so proud.
Well, no, I I mean, it might look like it might be interesting.
Can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, can I? But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young princess, do you think?
She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. I placed myself in your evidence examination. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh. How much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. An unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is property of the Novovik Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Must be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country.
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
The article about the ballerina has been added to the court record!
Woo!
I did it. I said it.
No, Naruhodo-san.
Yes, of course. Now I present that one. The evidence that it reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovik Ballet prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Is the CH hard or...
Okay.
What?
When do we switch voices? Unless I'm someone completely different.
No, you're...
This is a character, but once the disguise comes off, I think.
There.
Which is now.
Yeah. It's
Her
basically...
hair was already pinned up. She couldn't have just kept it pinned up. She kept the side lock.
These are some wacky sea-ship antics.
You're right.
Wait.
What's
Is the end of her side lock a sickle?
Yeah.
I think
Something like that. It's a pretty cool haircut.
Oh, wow, I've never noticed that.
It is.
It's
Huh.
pretty cool.
I'm guessing it's just to tie her hair.
you're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
I'd like to learn a Russian accent sometime.
Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case.
This woman is a ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes.
Sounds getting a little crunchy, Ryusuke.
Is it? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me see. Let me do my magic of pressing a button and pressing it again. Oh no, everything is freezing. Oh, that's not good.
No,
Give it a sec, sorry.
you're fine.
I don't
Gotcha.
I don't want to touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Don't breathe. Don't talk, just pray.
Wait, what happened?
Well, you see, oh, there we go. Yeah, the Discord froze for me for 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank God, I was about to pull out the Mickey Mouse. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
In which case, what is this crime this young woman is apparently committing? Huh. I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again.
Hey,
You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. You like the idea of doing another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it. I feel like Naruhodo is just me.
Yeah.
felt that.
Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Oh, right. What, the glance.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes.
You may want to remember that you can, change your vantage, the angle of it.
Of course. Oh, how silly of me! You are so insightful, Susato-san. So insightful.
Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Yeah, yes,
What are
yes.
you arguing about over
What?
there?
Nothing. It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside there.
So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else?
If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside?
Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though.
Here I go. Wait. Aha!
I figured she was wearing it under the giant hat.
Oh,
That.
wow. Look at this dazzling tiara.
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on.
What? Me? Isn't it
Aw.
usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Ryunosuke, it's the 20th century, come on.
Oh no, it couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Somewhere in my court record.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes!
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers of the Novovic Ballet, is it not? Indeed. It would appear the identical tiara of Japan's newspaper article. And the report is to believe it's item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary,
The crime that you have committed is theft.
Oh no.
yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara.
Oh. Hey, True Blue. Zephyr Kid, sorry I didn't have
Hi, Zev.
I haven't looked at the chat until now, sorry. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Okay. Because I have my guide in my field of view, so yes, I'm using a guide. I'm sorry.
We all use guides on this. Don't worry about it.
It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me.
This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. By the way, True Blue, is the audio okay now? Wait, oh yeah, he said it's fixed.
Let's go.
All right, I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now.
Come, let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I've ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup de... What?
Kudoy!
Eyes?
Kudoy!
Like betrayal of the
Kudoy.
eyes.
Yeah, but like, how do you pronounce that?
Kudoy!
Kudoy? Your careless
We'll
Kudoy
see.
betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf.
He's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe. But why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area. If that's where her gaze is involuntarily drawn.
I agree. That's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
This game is in the third dimension!
Whoa.
Naruhodo-san, did you even read it?
No. Yes, the reason why you refused to open your case is written in the rules of passage.
You just said no. What the?
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. See, Susato-san, I read it right now.
Yes. A wonderful job, Naruhodo-san.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
As we have seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. But no weapon or dangerous item would move in its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case.
Oh boy. It's the last item listed as a forbidden vessel's rules of passage. A pet.
A pet.
We're so in sync.
Oh, absolutely. Love that for us.
Oh, we could use you for lighting and special effects in the ballet.
Elementary.
Nice.
Or element task.
Elementsky.
Elementsky. So clearly, you aren't who you say you were.
No, I am not Grimesby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Late that same night, you stole aboard this vessel.
Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she have really snuck aboard without being noticed?
In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone.
So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out that scream we heard from outside the cabin?
That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady. Naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me.
I was so scared that I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself so no one would recognize me.
As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see.
I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut on my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the unknowingly unlocked cabin door.
Things happen like that sometimes, don't they?
Not really.
Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. It really do be like that.
He really be saying that, huh? Are those two even talking about the same thing?
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
You were right, it is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night.
Yes, all right, I will tell you.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction?
It was certainly something. Yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova. How can't I pronounce it? You guys have been pronouncing it this whole time.
Pavlova.
Pavlova.
Think of the dessert.
Pavlova. Okay.
Like the dessert.
Gotcha. But at least
Which
Miss
I'm pretty sure
Pavlova
was the inspiration for this name.
probably, yeah, Pavlova. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Ah!
Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists.
My...
Your hands are cuffed again.
What? But how?
True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
When? And why?
There is a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. Can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the plot of this.
I'll get the swig of water.
Too busy
first.
dancing around the room.
Spinning around, doing twirls, backflips.
At the speed of sound, perhaps?
Probably.
We got a place to go.
You gotta follow that rainbow.
Boom, 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 dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to the one last night?
One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast.
The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh,
That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Sorry. Perhaps you had a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking.
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded.
Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed that if that had happened.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you could tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me.
Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes. And the crew of the ship, they've all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. Do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes. Of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but...
Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. Riddle me this, they say. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, The SS Buria stopped by no port last night.
Ah, that's it. Of course.
So how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard?
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
Arkham?
Oi.
That is not your business.
Oh, it seems like, Hosonaga's coming back, so I'm gonna let you do him as well.
What?
Hosonaga?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you're right. He seems to be hiding something.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry? What was that?
It's how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens. Because I am an angel.
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, "I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same."
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself.
Did you now?
Press X to doubt.
Quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact.
Yes, Mr. Shoei. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So, the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
It's gonna be something real
I
weird.
think
isn't it?
animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage.
What was that, Blackjack?
It's gonna be something real weird, isn't it?
Nah.
Oh, please, don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious.
Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
That case has no air holes.
Uh-oh.
It is concerning.
Maybe it's an adorable little rabbit?
You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh.
I mean, they do, don't they?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then?
You may well ask. I have no idea.
Sholmes, this is not JoJo. Stop that.
No. Stone Ocean is coming out in a day, and you're going to tell me to stop?
Wait, Stone Ocean is coming out in a day?
Something like that, I don't know.
Oh. Maybe I should tune in.
I simply don't partake in the program. But please, carry on. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friend. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken.
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance.
So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that.
I know a young woman named Excel who would very much agree with that.
Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed.
She obviously doesn't trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Wait, hold on. Yep. Here we go. And this is the diary of my friend who passed away.
His diary?
Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m., what looks to be some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Grill?
Grill.
Okay.
A speckled band?
Grill.
I don't understand.
It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall.
In other words, the cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together.
Oh,
Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does a speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling whistling sound, perhaps?
No. I don't know anything.
Ah.
Excuse me, Mr. Roylott.
Yes, what?
Wow, she's fast.
Oh, goddamn.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please.
All right, I will come now.
What?
You must leave now.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott.
Get out!
The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out.
It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later.
What a pity.
And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside.
All at once, I assume.
All at once. It hurt.
To be continued.
Woo!
There's 3 parts. Alright, let's go to the second part.
Ah. Wow, that's only...
Oh, computer, you scoundrel, you
You
Oh
son of a
no.
bitch.
Oh no.
you scoundrel, you little mischievous doohickey, you. I'm not gonna touch it.
Oh no.
Just gonna wait. I'm gonna
This
wait.
is concerning.
I'm gonna wait. I don't.
The blue circle.
My
The classic.
My computer hasn't done this at all today. Now it decides to say, "Hey,
I'm about to act up.
I'm about to act up. Maybe explode. Who knows?" So, how's everyone feeling today?
Oh, this is stressful.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have my pets back with me.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank God! Oh, oh God!
We made it.
Yeah. 9th
Good.
January. SS Booyah. First class cabin passageway. Ah, fuck! I missed it out. Mispronounced it again.
It'd be like that.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be.
Now the
Didn't
audio's
manage to
getting crunchy.
investigate at all.
The audio is getting crunchy. Of course. Hold on. Please, Mr. Discord, cooperate with me. Please, please, please. Oh, how kind of you. So kind. Okay.
Well, we've just got the little squares now.
What do you mean, little squares?
Wait. Try tabbing or stop watching. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
There we
let's
go. We didn't manage to investigate at all.
You had me scared.
I imagine we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh, yes, he's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Okay. Move to the cabin. Buria.
Booyah.
Buria. It looks like they're still investigating, yeah.
Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
Unlikely. What do you mean unscathed?
Oh, surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? I was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh. Yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know.
They had to play like that knife game where you stab in between the spaces of your fingers to get him to stay.
Ah, yes. Oh, there he is.
Beer.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit!
Oh, you're back.
You don't even have your own theme song.
No,
Once again, it is Giselle Brett's theme.
they cheaped out on you, man.
Oh, you poor man.
Oh, quite. Inspector!
What happened to you? Your faces.
He got hit in the
Please,
throat and his voice changed.
please don't worry about it. They're just scratches.
Made by a bear, maybe. Even changed his vocal cords.
When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, He told me he'd pummeled me with his fist and then tossed me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really.
It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Oh, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago.
Ah.
I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though.
Ah, that explains it. How'd he do it so fast? Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found.
Yes, let's do it. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door?
Oh, do you know who she is?
Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel?
Now you get to do that this time.
Oops. I think I upset him there.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least.
Oh? How?
Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Oops. No, I've definitely upset him.
Spectre, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you.
Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
What is this new information you have, Inspector?
It's this. The burial's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh. Kazuma's postmortem report.
Kazuma-sama.
So, what was his cause of death?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report.
His neck was broken.
Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in this system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark.
I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Kazuma.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you.
Sorry.
A terrible move.
It's all good.
It's like,
Big
wait,
mistake.
what? He deserves trust? After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I?
Ah. The postmortem report has been entered to the court record.
Ah!
Well, Naruhodo-san, I suggest you look at it. Once you're done talking with him. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now that you mention it, yes, just one thing. But he practically shouted it. "It's shoe polish," was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant.
It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. You see?
Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
Ah, yes, that must be it.
But how could Mr. Sholmes know it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san?
Well... Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Oh, does this mean that this mark was made from the polish of Kazuma's shoes as they scrubbed to the floor? The mark on the floor has been added into the court record. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring it into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Oh dear.
Poor Inspector, you look exhausted.
Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Masoki-san. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. Okay. I should probably look at the court record, just like Susato said. Yes, I should... Okay. I can't turn it around, as it seems. Victim, male.
Oh?
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, quite interesting
Yes,
indeed.
yes, interesting.
I'm back.
There you are.
Welcome back.
No traces of poison.
No external injuries or trace. Well, that's what you just said. Truly riveting. Riveting.
No.
9th January, SS Buria, first class, cabin, passageway.
Naruhodo-san. Seaman Strogenov has gone.
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no! Okay, I'm not gonna touch anything.
Okay.
Don't.
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
I'm so confused.
Well, you see, the game froze on me, so I have to wait.
Ah, I see.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
crochets. Oh, look, it's back.
Oh, there we go.
How's the audio?
Great.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's fine.
Okay. All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Dot 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 dot. Dot.
Tra-la-la.
Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing.
Tra-la-la-li-la-ri-la-ray. I did it the great detective way.
This caroling, I knew that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's go inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
All right, take it easy, True Blue. Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
Stroganov, not stringy knot.
Yeesh, okay.
Sheesh.
Look at Miss Perfect here. 9th January, SS Buria, first class cabin number 2. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Susato-san? Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? That's her private things.
It's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
Wasn't that wardrobe empty earlier?
Yep.
Yes.
Holmes put it back up. Oh, neat. Look at that. I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
Can't be long now till we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
We will. Now. Excuse me. All the books have been toppled all over together. Look, every single one.
You think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Kazuma's cabin.
Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
All right then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know.
Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Much better.
Ah, yes. They're displayed in this cabin, too. Look. The SS Buria Rules of Passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of a case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend had disappeared now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine.
Let's hope Seaman Strogenov doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
Oh, yes. So do I. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it?
No. And the door is made of metal. So there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. I almost said magic. You're a wizard.
And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. Though you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through the crack around the closed door either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Okay. Let's examine the wardrobe.
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
Sorry. I'm right here, yes? Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Rude.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump into every wardrobe I see, you know?
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there. But no such luck. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place.
Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open!
It's completely empty inside. But according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Excuse me. Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard those SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? So this ventilator connects to the Cosmo's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Ah, maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm.
Oh, or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. I wonder if this might have any relevance in a future case.
Who knows?
Gosh.
Why are you talking like that?
Nothing. That's crazy.
That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. Alright, wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah.
Wanna pull on the diggling thing?
Yeah, it was out of my screen, that's why I couldn't...
Oh, I see.
Yes, quite. There's one of those next to the bed in cabins. Excuse me. There's one of these next to the bed of Cosmo's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. Can't resist.
She barely hesitated there. And she gave it a big tug, too. Ellipses.
Oh, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret.
Wonder what this little saucer is doing here on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it's been put there deliberately.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? How simple these guys are.
We are simple folk.
Yeah, simple.
Just
folk.
trying to solve a murder.
Don't worry, this isn't the first time we've done it, right?
Well, it is
no
the
big
first time we're
deal.
actually investigating. It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are very thirsty people. Don't take that out of context, folks.
Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san?
I don't even know what that means.
He probably doesn't, which is the worst part about it.
Suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away?
Naruhodo-san. It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly. We have no choice. Searching. There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
There are just a few books on the desk. Nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading. Books written in Russian.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Susato.
You're very welcome.
The nerve of these writers! The nerve!
Fuck, dude, she certainly likes Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that.
There's nothing. Well, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
Nothing
I
at
believe
all.
we've thoroughly searched this area, Mr. Naruhodo-san. We are speaking together in Japanese right now.
You got it. Move to the right side. I don't think I have searched everywhere. Maybe I have to search the bed? No? You know
I believe that was all we had to look at.
Maybe I need to look at the bookshelf again? Uh-oh.
Oh, it's saving.
And it's not responding. Oh, it's the blue ring of death, people. Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do?
Let's see. Maybe you want to go. Have we thoroughly searched everything? I believe we have.
I feel like we did.
We may want to go back into the hallway now before anyone catches us.
Move to the right side.
Right side.
Yeah, we searched everywhere.
Oh, back into Cosmo's room, maybe? Oh, wait, no. Search to the right of the hallway. Think.
All right. Look at this guy.
There we go!
There, look at this guy.
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look!
Wow. You never know where he's going to turn up next to you.
Seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Tra-la-la-li-la-li-la-lay. I did it the great detective way.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Oh, he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Oh, he's singing along to his own theme song.
Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. Through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky Herlock was about.
Excuse me.
I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Sholmes!
What is it? You want to fight? Hmm?
He had a seizure. Oh, God.
Honestly, interrupting a fellow while he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish.
You want the fisticuffs?
Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop. So I figured now is the goodest time as any.
I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
All right. I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away?
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh, yes, the ship's log.
And did you find out anything useful from it?
Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so...
You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it.
Sorry?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
I mean, you have to go to settings and uninvert the controls.
Exactly. Fix that camera.
What?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
Oh. He writes that every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report.
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet...
The ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
Do you mean...
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
That remains a mystery for now. But we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it.
Not you too.
You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
Log the ship's log.
It's entered in the court record. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective.
The audio is getting a little crunchy again.
Hold on. I'm going with Discord and I'm pressing the X button. I'm gonna press it again and then press go live, and there you go.
Alright.
Is it good?
Still doing the little
It's still loading,
square
yeah.
circle. Squircles. There we go.
Wow.
Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes. Brilliance! Oh, ouch.
What is it? Are you hurt?
Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more.
Oh,
Well, my friends, until our next encounter.
See you in 10 minutes.
See you then!
He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in
well, I
thought.
do wonder why this light is on and the other one isn't.
What? You're right.
I never noticed that!
What? What's going on here? Maybe they didn't change it.
It's just... Well, I feel the same.
Holy talk about fourth wall here. Jesus Christ. Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too.
Now, do we go back into Cosmo's cabin or back into Miss Pavlova's?
The guide here says move back to Pavlova's cabin.
All right then. Well,
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
what is that?
Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile full. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. I'm sorry. What the? Why was his voice cracking? Jeez.
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What?
I can't stand.
Susato, try to hold on to me. Susato-san, are you all right? Are you hurt? Injured?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes? Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
My goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
It's Hosonaga.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, unbolt the door, quickly.
What? The boat?
Look at that.
The door's bolted. Did you do that, Susato-san?
Oh, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
I better tidy this place up first. Usually that's Susato's job, but I gotta do my part. A violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continued.
Oh, damn. The second to be continued.
2 in one stream.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Oh, please don't freeze.
Oh, please.
Please, no freeze.
Oh, thank God. January 9th, SS Buria, Miss Pavlova's cabin. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Ah!
You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? You both look unhurt. Good.
Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship.
Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though.
Oh, how did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Blackjack?
You wicked intruder dressed all in black. You are the devil.
Sorry? Me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first!
You opened my traveling case. How could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin.
Inspector.
Yes?
Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man?
Stop! And the stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else.
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil.
It doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we talk in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police.
Wait! A cell?
Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately!
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Just a cicada, nothing more.
He has become...
Holmes is just built different.
What are you ending up doing there? Ah! Mr. Sholmes!
Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. When I've told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not. This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no.
Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce.
I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
You're not supposed to. Come on.
He wanted to knock down the rack pegger.
He wanted to knock the peg down a peg or two.
God damn it.
Ah, you again. A great detective.
Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently.
Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time.
What is the report? Speak!
An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved. By me, naturally.
What?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
That's a lot of greats.
Sure, you
Great,
are.
isn't it?
Ha! You have solved it? Even Hedgehog understands this case.
Sure do.
Sonic?
Gotta go fast.
We all know who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it.
I didn't do it.
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Da! Locked room, that is point!
The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin.
You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door was not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there was another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door.
What other entrance? We never discovered one.
Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man!
Ventilator? Go! You think this is funny?
Oh, hilarious, in fact.
I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arms are as thick as a tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. It's not possible.
Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama I wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madam.
But what does it mean? What is this speckled band?
The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing?
His best.
My worst, in fact. There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not. I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
That poor man.
Yep. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band.
A snake.
That is a very. I'm sorry, I have to make the pun. I have to do this. That is a very solid snake right there.
Actually, I think it's more of a liquid snake. Indubitably.
These are a lot of periods. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing?
Ray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, isn't it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it a striped band, wouldn't you?
He's laughing.
You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explained the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No.
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again.
How can you tell?
Don't
Oh
ask.
dear, it's auto-saving.
Oh no! It's...
Blue ring of death.
Ah!
Oh, would you look at that? This curious blue ring has appeared near my hand. Quick, it's on top of my pipe. Quick,
What?
quick.
Yes, put it out in my pipe and smoke it.
Alright.
No, wait. To all you viewers at home, thank you for your patience.
There you go. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. Why is it...
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi.
Russian accent and screaming.
It looks like he can't...
Russian screaming.
It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. spectacular. It's time again, baby.
Here we go.
Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance.
What's the rubber squeaking?
Is it me?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
It's probably nothing. Don't worry about it.
It's just the wind.
It's just the wind.
Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation. Oh my god, a snake. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a please stop that. Of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, as this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does! You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing, to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no?
I don't know why you were what you were talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door.
I don't think snakeskin works that way.
Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. A snake. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
Yes! An examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
To train?
Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? I mean, look at him. He's wrapped around that man's face.
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band.
Should we perhaps stop here for the day?
Yeah, we can stop here.
Man, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. We've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of headway. So, yeah, we'll stop here. Continue next week. Thanks again, guys, for coming back.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yep, we're stopping. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.